Welcome to your MK yoga practice. My name's Megan and today I'm going to take you through an empowering yoga flow. So pop some comfy clothes on and roll your mat out. We'll get started. Either staying in a comfy seated position, maybe with the legs crossed out front, or you can go ahead and lay down on your back. Just to find a comfy position as we come into the space, wherever you are, whatever you've been doing, just a moment to connect in and bring your focus into your body and onto your mat before we get into our physical side of the practice. So wherever you are, if you're staying seated, grounding the sit bones down and lengthening up through the spine, or if you're laying down, feeling that whole length of the spine relaxing and imprinting down into the mat. Hands can rest on the knees if you're seated. Maybe just come to rest with the thumbs together, palm on top of palm. As we shut the eyes down and begin to connect with the breath. Allowing just a moment for the thoughts to simmer down and bring your awareness to the breath. Just noticing the breath in its natural rhythm, its natural state, as you breathe in and out of the lungs in your own rhythm. Maybe beginning to deepen the breath. Maybe just keeping as you are, that natural rhythm. Just bringing the focus to the breath. And we'll take a moment just to set an intention or a sankalpa for our practice today, inviting a sense of empowerment and strength into our bodies. I know that sometimes it's a difficult stage at the moment for a lot of people, so we really need our yoga practice more than ever to invite and remember what's important to us and finding our inner strength. So a moment to set that intention of your inner empowerment and your strength from within. We'll carry that through the practice today. Take a couple more rounds of breath here. And if you're laying down, starting to move the body, maybe rolling off to the side or rocking and rolling back and forth. You can come up to meet us in a seated position. We'll take both legs out in front and then over to the side. So bringing the left leg over bent so the foot comes behind you. And the right foot just comes in to the top of the thigh, or the bottom of the thigh, just above the knee. We want to still feel those sit bones grounding down into the mat and nice and tall up through the spine. Hands come to the heart center and a big inhalation, reach up, take a nice big deep breath. And as you exhale, we'll bring the right hand down to the mat. Left arm reaches up and over to the side, side body stretch. Nice big inhalation, bring you up through center, both arms come up. And as you exhale, over to the other side. Left hand plants down, right arm reaches up and over. We get a lovely stretch through that side body. Big inhalation, reach up. Exhale over to the first side. Inhale brings you up. Exhale, second side. We've got one more big inhalation, reach up, both arms up. And exhale to release. Keeping the legs where they are, just come around to the side to show you. We walk the hands back behind you. Maybe coming just to the elbows, pressing into the forearms. We start to find that nice stretch through the quads. You can have a play around with the adjustment of the foot on that left side, maybe further or closer away to the body. And if you feel like you can take it a little bit further, maybe releasing all the way down onto the mat. Taking a couple rounds of breath here, finding that nice stretch through the quad. If it feels a bit strong, remember you can always come back up. And just resting on the forearms for the moment. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, using the hands to press down, we'll come all the way up to find our seat. Swapping the legs over to the other side now. Grounding those sit bones down, bringing the foot back behind you. And the left foot in just to the above the knee. Hands into the heart center, nice big inhalation as you reach up. Exhale, taking the left hand down to the back. Right arm reaches up and over to the side. Working with the breath. Big inhalation. Both arms come up. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale brings you up. Exhale, first side. Big inhalation. Reach up nice and tall. Even weight through the sit bones as you exhale, last side. And inhale to come up. Reach up and exhale, both arms down. Coming into our quad stretch, walking the hands back behind you. Maybe coming to the forearms and the elbows. Or maybe lengthening the whole way down onto the mat. For a couple rounds of breath, finding that lovely stretch through the top of the hip flexor. Coming back to those deep rounds of breath. Remember, you can extend all the way down if that feels good for you and your body today. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, using the arms, the hands to help you come up. Come back to our seated position. Bringing both legs out in front and just a windscreen wipe side to side. Just taking the legs crossed for a little moment longer. We'll take a few stretches through the neck. It's always so important to stretch the neck. So nice and tall up through the crown of the head, spine nice and long, sit bones grounding down as you tuck the chin into the chest. And then maybe dropping right ear to right shoulder, bringing the gaze down to the right knee. Nice big inhalation as you exhale through center over to the other side. Left ear, left shoulder, gaze to the left knee. Right shoulder drops down the back. Lovely stretch through the side neck. Nice big inhalation as you exhale, tuck the chin to the chest. Couple rocks side to side. Or a few of our favorite big circles with the neck. Drawing some circles with the nose out in front. Being mindful not to crunch into the back of the neck. Swap the direction. Let those shoulders melt down the back as we find that lovely sense of release for the neck and shoulders. Beautiful. Coming back into the center. Let's take the legs over to the side. Come all the way to the back of the mat. Finding our tabletop position. Spreading the hands so the fingers nice and wide. Knees underneath the hips. Little soft bend through the elbows. As we flow through a couple rounds of our cat-cow. So dropping the belly down, bringing the gaze forward. If you're pregnant at the moment, just be mindful not to drop the belly down too far. We want to keep that core muscle switched up. Otherwise, dropping the belly down, tailbone extends. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, push the mat away round through the back. tuck the chin in towards the chest, drawing the belly up. Flowing with the breath. As you inhale, drop the belly down, bring the gaze forward. Exhale, round through the back, push the mat away. Separate the shoulder blades. Couple more rounds here in our cat-cow variation, Vidalasana. Working in your own time, your own breath, flowing with your own rhythm as we warm up into the spine. Beautiful. We'll come back. Tabletop position. Take the big toes together. Knees out nice and wide, about mat width. Send the hips back towards the heels. Reach the fingers out in front. Let the forehead rest down onto the mat. As we come into Adho Mukha Virasana, the downward facing hero pose. So reaching those arms out in front, spreading the fingers nice and long. The tailbone reaching back towards the heels. It's okay if there's a gap there, no stress. If it feels a bit far away for you to rest the forehead down onto the mat, you can always stack the forearms and rest the head that way. Taking a couple rounds of breath here. Allowing the hips to open and the lower back to expand. Inhalation, and as you exhale, using the hands and the arms to help you come up. We'll come back to our tabletop position and tucking the back toes, lifting the back hips to find that first downward facing dog. Pedaling out the heels, getting some movement flowing through the backs of the legs. As you spread the fingers, press down into the hands, draw the hips back up towards the sky. Couple rounds of breath here. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, come right up onto the toes, slow as you can, drawing the knees down to the mat, switching on through those core muscles all the way down. Beautiful. Now we've got a few options here. We're going to do a little bit of core work. So you can either work this from tabletop position, or if you're feeling nice and strong, and you want to really invite some extra strength into your body, you can work it from the downward facing dog. So, I'll demonstrate from the tabletop for the moment. Sending the right leg back behind you, tucking the toes under, and pressing out through that back foot. Or if you're in a downward facing dog, we come into the three-legged dog with the right leg lifted. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, drawing the knee in underneath the chest. So the same thing if you're on the tabletop position, just drawing the knee underneath the chest, tucking the nose in towards the knee. As you exhale, releasing back, sending the leg up, three-legged dog, or maybe just to that hip height if you're at the tabletop. Beautiful. Now we'll work with the breath. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, draw the knee in underneath the chest. Exhale to release it back. Inhale, draw the knee in, round through the back. Exhale to release it back. Inhale, draw the knee in. And exhale to release. We got one more. Big inhalation, knee comes in. And exhale to release, send it back. Beautiful, let that leg come back. If you've been working in downward dog, you can have a little break on the knees as well. As we bring the knees together, feet together, walk the hands back. We'll come into child's pose, letting the forehead rest down onto the mat, or if you're pregnant at the moment, taking the knees wide. So we'll come back to our wide-legged child's pose. Taking a couple rounds of breath here. Just noticing the heart rate and allowing the breath to return back to normal, settle within the body. Savasana, child's pose, you can bring the arms back, really letting that forehead come all the way down to the mat for a couple rounds of breath. Remembering to come back to our focus, that sense of empowerment, as we feel that strength, that heat generated in the body. We've got the other side to go. So making your way back up to the tabletop position, and either choosing your option, working from tabletop or from the downward dog. Drawing the left leg back now, or up for three-legged dog, your options. And as you inhale, tucking the knee in towards the chest, drawing the nose to knee. Exhale to release, send the leg back. Inhale, draw it in, nose to knee. Exhale to release, send it back. Inhale, draw it in. You got this. Exhale, send it back. Two more, big inhalation, draw it in. Around through the back, nose to knee. Exhale to release. And last one, big inhalation. Exhale, release, send it back. Beautiful work. If you up in downward facing dog, you can have a little rest, little breather here with us. Tabletop position. That's it, beautiful. And if you've been working in the tabletop position, just a little moment to find your breath. And then we'll all tuck the toes and lift the hips, downward facing dog. Nice big inhalation, come right up onto the toes. And as you exhale, walking your way all the way up towards the top of the mat. Hanging forward here. Getting the feet hip width apart. Letting the hands hang forward, or maybe interlacing opposite hand to elbow. Take a little rock side to side. As we stretch out through the back body in Uttanasana, forward fold. Nice big inhalation, we'll lift up. Hands come to the shins or the thighs, finding that halfway lift. And then arms out nice and wide, we'll lift all the way up. Coming up to standing, big inhalation. And as you exhale, releasing it back. Making any adjustments, have some water if you like. So we get ourselves sorted. Beautiful. Coming up towards the top of your mat, taking the feet about hip width apart, let the shoulders drop down the back. Little soft bend through the knees, tuck that tailbone under, draw the belly in, palms come to the front. So we stand up nice and tall for Tadasana, mountain pose. Taking a little breather and working on our postural alignment. So it's as though you're growing taller up through the spine. Feet stay firmly planted on the mat, grounding you down, while your head's up in the clouds, reaching you up, growing you up towards the sky. A lovely time to check back in with the breath. Some extra oxygen into those lungs. Inviting some new energy, some new prana into the body. Beautiful. Nice big inhalation. Reach the arms up towards the sky. Palms come together. Exhale back through the center. Let's take another big inhalation. Arms out nice and wide. Exhale. Bring the palms together all the way back to the heart center. One more. Big inhalation. Reach up. And as you exhale, through the heart center, just pausing to keep the hands pressing into the sternum, lifting the chest, sending the heart forward. And exhale to release. Beautiful. Alright, let's check in with the balance. So bringing the hands to the hips to begin with, and the weight over into the left foot. Floating the right, just so you come up onto the toes on that right side, little bend through the knee, finding your focus point, soft through the left leg or through the left knee, just a small bend, help with the balance. And when you feel ready, picking that knee up, just bring it out in front. If you're feeling wobbly here, no stress, you can put that toes back, use them for extra balance. Or if you feel like you can take a little bit further, let's take hold of the knee, hug it into the chest. Standing up nice and tall, keeping those shoulder blades back, down the body, chest stays nice and broad, open. For a couple rounds of breath. Beautiful, nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, slow as you can, bringing the knee back and out in front. Hands come to the hips. Take a big step all the way back behind you, planting the foot down. You want to lunge forward into the front knee, so the knee comes over the heel, and that back foot just out on a little 45-degree angle. Square the hips to the top of the mat, nice big inhalation as you reach up. You'll find Virabhadrasana 1, the Warrior 1 pose. Sending the heart up towards the sky. Couple rounds of breath here. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, releasing the arms back to the hips, take the weight forward onto that front leg. We'll step it back to the top of the mat. Coming over to the other side now, grounding down into the right foot and the left toes, just coming to the toes on that left side. Finding the balance, checking in. And when you're ready, knee can lift out in front. Or maybe hug all the way in towards the chest again, keeping those shoulders back, down the body, standing up nice and tall, through the crown of the head. For a couple rounds of breath. We take the standing wind release pose. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, gently releasing the leg out in front, hands come to the hips. Take a big step back behind you, planting the foot down, squaring the hips to the top of the mat. And a big lunge through the front knee. So the knee just comes over that heel or ankle. If you're getting down nice and low, shuffle the front foot forward a bit. Square those hips up, top of the mat. Big inhalation, reaching the arms up towards the sky. For a couple rounds of breath, Virabhadrasana 1, the Warrior 1 pose. Nice big inhalation, reaching up. And as you exhale, hands come back to the hips, take the weight forward into that front leg. We'll step it up, top of the mat. Coming round now, so you're lengthways on your mat, which I already am, that's all good. We'll take the legs out nice and wide, a bit wider than before, so really use your space. We'll take the right toes forward, left slightly in at the back. Big inhalation, reaching the arms up, shoulder height. And as you exhale, lunging forward, knee comes right over the heel or the ankle. Keep the upper body nice and strong, so hips in line with the shoulders. Just the bend through the knee. Rather than reaching forward, keep the upper body nice and strong. Just the lunge through the legs. And then take the gaze forward over the front hand. The Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2 pose. Building that strength and stamina through the legs. Couple rounds of breath here. Pressing down into the feet, away from each other. So we get that lift up through the hips. Nice and strong. Inner strength. Inner empowerment. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, coming forward, bring the forearm down to the top of the thigh. Top arm reaches up towards the sky or the ceiling. Hand can stay here, or the arm can stay here resting on the thigh for support. Or if you want to work a little bit harder, release that bottom arm down. Top arm keeps reaching up to the sky. Choosing your option. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, press down into that front foot. We'll lift the body all the way up. Back to Virabhadrasana 2. Keep lunging forward. So we drop the back arm down, flip the front palm, take it up towards the sky. Side body stretch, reverse warrior. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, coming back, Virabhadrasana 2. Let's release that front leg, stopping over, coming to our new side. Left toes forward, right slightly in at the back. Big inhalation. Remember, keep those shoulders in line with the hips. And as you exhale, just the lunge through the knee. Upper body stays strong. Legs are strong as well. Couple rounds of breath here. Bring the gaze forward over the front two fingers, peace fingers. For warrior 2. Nice big inhalation. As you exhale, forearm comes down to rest just above the knee, top arm reaches up. Choosing your option, maybe staying here, maybe releasing the bottom hand down for the extended side angle pose. Couple rounds of breath. Feel that heat in the body. Good side body stretch. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, press down to the front foot, lift you all the way back up. Virabhadrasana 2. Keep lunging forward as you drop the back hand. Flip the front palm. Take it up towards the sky. Or reverse warrior. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, coming back, warrior 2, release those legs. Take the hands into the hips. We'll walk the feet in a little closer now. A little bit wider than hip width. Toes slightly out. Heels slightly in. Bring the hands into the heart center. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, sending the tailbone down, coming into a wide-legged squat. Feeling those thighs working nice and active. Couple rounds of breath here. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, press down to feet. Let's release it back. Take the legs a bit wider now. About where we were before. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, send the tailbone down, really wide-legged squat. Goddess pose or horse rider's pose. That's it, yeah. Hands can stay at the heart center or send them out nice and wide. Strong here. Strength through the arms. Thumbs come up towards the sky. Knees keep tracking out towards the pinky edges of the feet. Chest stays broad. Feel the heat generating the body. Sense of empowerment coming in through the fingertips. Inviting it into the center of the body. Nice big inhalation. Reaching the arms up. Exhale, take it out wide, back to the hips, come all the way up. Beautiful work. Heel toe the feet in a couple times. And come back so you're lengthways. You're looking at lengthways on your mat. We want the feet out about mat width. Taking the toes out, heels slightly in. About your mat width apart. Hands to the heart center. Nice big inhalation. This time as you exhale, we're sending the tailbone all the way down, coming into the squat pose. So no stress if you're up with the toes, up on the toes with the heels lifted. Or if you can, whole length of the sole of the foot down on the mat. Elbows can come to the inside of the knees to help pry them open just gently as we open through the chest, Bringing the hands into the heart center for Savasana squat pose. Tailbone keeps dropping down as the crown of the head reaches up nice and strong. Couple rounds of breath here. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. We'll come forward, back to the tabletop position. And then back to find our seated position with the legs out in front. Taking the feet in towards you, little lift up through the knees. Nice big inhalation to reach the fingertips up. And as you exhale, folding forward, just letting the hands land wherever they can. As we round through the back, tuck the chin to the chest. For Paschimottanasana. Couple rounds of breath here. Big inhalation, and as you exhale, walking the hands back in towards the body. We'll take the right leg back again, so with that leg back behind you, you can roll the calf out and bring the foot in a little closer now, so we have the top of the foot really pressing down into the mat, extending the left leg out in front, toes flexing. Be better on the angle actually. Little lift up through the knee. Nice big inhalation, reaching up. And as you exhale, just folding forward. Wherever the hands land, no stress. We'll keep a bit of integrity through the spine. As we find some stretch, some space in the hamstring on that left side. Working with the breath. Nice big inhalation to lift and lengthen through the spine, broaden the chest. And as you exhale, walking the hands forward. If that feels uncomfortable for you with that leg back behind you, you can take the option of bringing the sole of the foot into the top of the thigh, knee out nice and wide. And we get a similar stretch through that back leg. Couple rounds of breath here. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, walking the hands back in towards the body. Bring the leg back out in front. We'll swap it over to the other side. Bringing the left foot back behind you. You can roll that calf out to bring the foot in a little closer to the buttocks. Keep the weight between the hips nice and even. Big inhalation, reach up, flex the toes towards you. And as you exhale, soften and fold it forward. Hands land wherever they can, wherever they like. No stress if you're still up nice and seated. Wherever feels good for you in your body. So you find that stretch through the hamstring on the right side. Working with the breath, a nice big inhalation, lift and lengthen. And as you exhale, you can soften and fold. Maybe walking the fingertips forward a little, out in front. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, walking the hands back in towards the body. Bringing both legs out in front of you again now. Coming up so you've got some space behind you. I'm going to ground the feet down into the mat, back hip width apart. Walk the hands back so the fingertips facing in towards you. About one hand span away from the buttocks. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Draw them in, send the heart up towards the ceiling. Maybe the option to stay here, or if you feel like you want to keep working those core muscles, finding that inner strength, press down into the feet, and we'll lift the hips up. Coming to the reverse tabletop. We want the hips in line with the knees and the shoulders. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades underneath, and the head can drop back. If that feels okay for the neck. If it doesn't, keep looking down along your body. That way you'll know if your hips are dropping. Nice big inhalation, we got this. It's a good stretch through the shoulders as well. And as you exhale, slowly release it all the way down. See if you can bring the bum all the way back, in line with the hands. That's it. Big inhalation, reach up. And as you exhale, flex those toes towards you. Let's come forward. Dandasana to Paschimottanasana. Forward fold. Rounding through the back, tuck the chin towards the chest. Make it nice and soft. Nice and passive. Beautiful. Walking the hands back in towards you. Again, grounding those feet down, bring the hips forward. Fingertips facing in towards you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, maybe staying here, sending the heart forward. Or maybe pressing down into the feet, into the hands, lifting the hips up. Reverse tabletop. Strength through the body. Keep the knees about that hip width apart. Nice and strong. Head comes back if it feels okay. Big inhalation, bring the head back up. And exhale, slowly release it all the way down. Bringing the hips back. Beautiful, nice big inhalation, reach up. And as you exhale, soften and fold it forward. Couple rounds of breath, rounding through the back. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, walking the hands back in towards you. Come forward again, but this time we'll come all the way down, onto the back. When you get there, hug the knees in towards the chest, give them a good squeeze, a little rock side to side. Just being mindful, if you are pregnant, take the knees out a little wider. It's a good massage for the lower back as you draw some circles on the ceiling. Swap the direction over. And plant the feet back down to the mat. Take the right leg up so the foot comes just past the knee. And the knee comes out to the side. And we'll squeeze the left thigh in towards you, flexing through both sets of the toes, in towards the knees, as we find a good stretch through the glutes, through the piriformis, in our supine pigeon. Letting the shoulder blades relax down the back. So take a couple rounds of breath here, implanting that whole length of the spine down into the mat. Nice big inhalation, and as you exhale, releasing the foot down, we'll take that top knee over now like a lady crossing her legs. Arms come out nice and wide, big T shape, or the cactus arms bending through the elbows, and then allow the knee just to fall over to the left side of the body as we come into the supine twist. Couple rounds of breath here. Keeping the shoulders evenly on the mat. Nice big inhalation, and as you exhale, drawing the knees back up towards the ceiling. Release the top leg. We'll come over to the other side. Left foot coming just past the right knee. Excuse me. And then hugging the right knee, right thigh in towards the chest. Flexing both sets of toes to help protect the knees, supine pigeon. Finding that good stretch through the glutes. A lovely release for the hips. Whole length of the spine, pressing down into the mat. Shoulder blades relaxed. Nice big inhalation as you exhale, releasing the foot down, taking the arms out wide and bringing the left knee across. So a lady crossing her legs and allowing both knees to come over to the right side. Keeping both shoulder blades on the mat for our supine twist. Coming back to those deep rounds of breath. Nice big inhalation. And as you exhale, bringing the knees back up through center. Release the top leg. Bring the arms down by your side. Releasing the legs at about mat width with the feet. Draw the shoulder blades underneath the body. And we'll come into our final resting pose, Savasana. Grab your blanket if you like, or a pillow. You can pop something under the knees or under the head. If you've got a little eye pillow, you can pop that on as well. Get nice and comfy as we find our final resting pose, Savasana. A very well-deserved one after our strength-finding sequence today. Allowing this time to fully rest and refocus, reflect on your inner self. So shut the eyes down and begin to soften all through the body. Let the head relax, the shoulders relax away from the ears, both the arms and the legs, your torso fully relaxed. And beginning to connect in with the breath. Noticing the rise and fall of the chest and the belly as the air moves in and out of your lungs. Beginning to invite some extra oxygen into the lungs with every inhalation, deepening the breath a little further. And as you exhale, sense of letting go, releasing anything that you no longer need, no longer serves you, letting out some stress or tension through the out breath. And begin to visualize the breath entering the body, coming in through the nose, down the back of the throat, and filling up the lungs from the bottom all the way to the top. And visualizing the breath as you exhale, leaving the lungs from the bottom, from the top all the way down to the bottom, and then out the back of the throat and out through the nose or the mouth. Maybe noticing what color the breath takes for you, what it looks like. every inhalation, knowing that you have a sense of renewed energy, some extra prana, entering in to your body, for every cell, every muscle, every organ, every bone in your body, some new energy. I encourage you to pause the video and stay a little longer here in your beautiful Savasana. Otherwise, if you feel ready, starting to move through the fingers and the toes, stretching the arms up and overhead, full body stretch. Bring the arms back by your side, rolling over onto the right side or left, whichever. And making your way back up to find a seated position towards the top of the mat. Bringing the hands into the heart center, Anjali Mudra. Thank you so much for joining in the practice today. I really hope that you have found that sense of empowerment within yourself, and you know that you have that inner strength to draw on at any time. Things are challenging or tough. Remember, you have that core inner strength, inner empowerment. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit the little like button and subscribe to my channel. Please feel free to share this video with anyone you think might need a little break, whether they've done some yoga before or not. It's worth spreading that love around. I'll see you soon. Namaste.